Today, we're going to talk about how to build confidence when you're facing imposter syndrome. So to start off, what is imposter syndrome and where does it come from? Well, imposter syndrome is the feeling that one is not qualified or doesn't know what they're doing when they're in a certain position or role. And the reason people feel that way often is pretty simple. It's because either they haven't done the thing that they're doing right now, or it's because they feel like even if they've had success in the past, perhaps they got lucky and somehow they figured it out, but it was accidental in that they can't repeat the results over and over again. The third reason could be deeper rooted, and it could be constantly feeling like one is never enough. In other words, in general, you always beat yourself up because you just feel like you're not good enough, not smart enough, and you always feel like you don't belong. And that can transcend beyond just your work. But the two reasons I'm going to talk about today, feeling like one got lucky and being new to a role or a position. For example, I coach a lot of enterprise salespeople and they feel like imposters because they've never done strategic deals. They've only done transactional deals in the past. And so how do you overcome imposter syndrome and build confidence? And it's really, really simple in my mind. I'm a new coach. I've been coaching for a few years. I'm also a new entrepreneur. Fully left my business last year, and I certainly didn't have business ownership experience before. I just started a mastermind, built a course, never done it before. So certainly there have been times when I felt like an imposter because I'm doing something for the first time. But the way that I've overcome it and how you can overcome that too is through practice and through experience. You see, if you're newer to sales or you're newer to software sales and you haven't sold strategically in the past or haven't really sold the products or services that are maybe you're selling today, they're more technical or whatever it is, there's always got to be a first time you do it. You see, the more we practice and the more experience we get, the more we don't feel like an imposter because we're not an imposter. Practice actually makes us much better. And that's how you learn in anything. You don't learn by reading. You don't learn by listening to me. You learn by doing. It's going from unconscious incompetence to conscious incompetence to conscience competence to unconscious competence. In other words, you don't even have to think about it anymore because you've done it so many times, because you've practiced so many times. And that's what practice and experience does. In fact, I became a very, very good, not a good coach. I know I'm a great coach, and not sounding to brag, but I'm getting my clients results. I see the changes they're making, not just in sales, but in life. They're happier, they're working out, they're feeling more confident, they're getting off their butts and actually taking control. And that's because I can help activate something inside of them that makes them want to do it. And that's my gift. But that's come through practice because I've been coaching literally probably 20 people a week for the past couple years. Even before I was doing it full time, I was still coaching. I've seen many scenarios of people and I can tap into what's going on. I can sense it, almost like a therapist. You can sense it. And we get to the root of it. And I create a safe space where people can open up and tell me what's really happening. So now I'm a competent coach. Okay, but first few times I coached, I really didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to ask the powerful questions. I didn't know how to feel in. I kind of was lecturing at people in the very beginning versus listening and understanding and tuning into whatever was going on. And so I just share this because fundamentally, if you don't want to feel like an imposter, get a lot of practice and experience doing the thing that you're supposed to do, and you won't anymore. You won't. And the only way to do that is to actually have routines. In other words, if I want to feel adequate, if I want to feel healthy, if I want to feel able to perform my best all the time, fundamentally, okay, I need to work out regularly. I need to exercise. So if I'm pretending to be in a shape and I'm pretending to be healthy, but I'm not exercising, then I am an imposter. So that leads me to number 2. You have to be doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing. If you're not doing that thing, then you're going to feel like an imposter. I am so lucky. I just left my e-bike out last night and it didn't get stolen in the alley. I'm very happy about that. How you doing? So that's the key. You see, if you have routines that force you to be doing the thing that it is that you're supposed to be doing, it is amazing how well you can do, because it's baked into your schedule, it's baked into your calendar. So if you have a routine around, prospecting, and you're supposed to be prospecting, it's about putting it in your calendar for a couple hours every day or a few hours a week, and then you get better at prospecting. Coaching was part of my routine. I did it every single day, even when I was at Salesforce, so I could become a full-time coach. You see, you have to rely on routine. So if you want to get better at something and not feel like an imposter, you have to block off time to actually develop that skill. And you develop that skill by doing it, and you develop that skill by modeling it. In other words, modeling after people who've done it before. So I hope that helps. After a while, you will not feel like an imposter because you're doing the thing you're supposed to be doing. So practice makes perfect. Experience is the way to learn, not from just watching videos or getting mentors, although that certainly helps, but you have to actually do it and apply it on an everyday basis. I'm Ian Koniak. Thanks for listening.